Escape to the Chateau stars Dick and Angel, co-producers, and... Well, I never. Hello, it's Craig here at Fludded. How are you doing? It is nearly 9 o'clock and I have to go. So I won't be long, but somebody just texted me this story and I thought, well, actually, I used to work on that. Kinda. I used to work on the spin-off for Escape to the Chateau, a show called Chateau DIY. And before I got nothing bad to say about Chateau DIY at all. It was a fab show to work on, traveling around France, filming really nice people living in chateaus, usually Brits, but not always. And it was a spin-off from this Escape to the Chateau. Now, I was a viewer of Escape to the Chateau and I didn't like it because I got an impression that when you make the presenters, when you give them that much power, it will be exploited because they're not trained, they don't know how to manage people, and it all goes a bit belly up. They will know better than you. Eventually, they'll say, why are you doing it like that? You should do it like this. And as a producer or a director or as a camera operator, whatever you're doing, it just can be a bit of a nightmare because you can't answer back because they're the show. And if they want to say something bad about you, they can, and you'll get chucked off the show. That's certainly true of a lot of other shows, some antique shows I've worked on. It's been a bit like that. You've been always afraid that the talent will grass you up or take issue with you in some way and get you sacked because it happens. But I'm very pleased to say that Channel 4 have decided to cut ties with Escape to the Chateau stars Dick and Angel Strawbridge after an investigation into clashes with producers. Doesn't surprise me one little bit. How do I hide this thing down here? It says Channel 4 has severed ties with two of its biggest stars, Dick and Angel Strawbridge, after ordering an independent investigation into their conduct. Your conduct! You're conducting yourself whenever you walk through life. Deadline can reveal that the British commercial broadcasters will no longer... What a dated old line Deadline can reveal. Anyway, the British commercial broadcasters will no longer work with the couple despite the success of Escape to the Chateau series and various spin-offs. Deadline seems to think that even if it's successful, it should go on. I'm kind of like so pleased that this happens. We need to start a trend in people in power on camera stop treating crews like crap. I made a video about James Corden before. I'm not going to get into it again, but if you want to view it, it's had 1.6 million views, and it's further down in my channel. But it goes on. Some presenters can treat you like crap, and it's almost like, you know, if you wear a viz vest, anyone wearing a viz vest is people look down their noses at people wearing viz vests. Which is kind of, you know, and ignore them, which is kind of like the opposite of what a viz vest is supposed to do. It's supposed to make you noticed, but people are like, oh, I won't ask him, he's wearing a viz vest. So looking down your noses at crew. So crew know what they're doing usually, and it's their responsibility anyway. So if you're in front of the camera, and what presenters always say is, well, actually, do you know what? It's my reputation that's on the line here. It's like, yeah, you're being compensated for that with pay. Right? You've been compensated with that with pay, so stop whinging and please do what I'm asking you to do, because what you're doing and what you say and what you do is my job, right? So shut up and get on with it. This is not how you talk to people, by the way. Shut up and get on with it, though, in your brain. You're going, shut up and get on with it, because you've thought about it. You're the one, as the producer and the director, who's thought about this and knows what else has been filmed, knows is party to all the conversations that happened with production, conversations probably through email and WhatsApp with the edit suite. This is what we need you to do and what you to get. So these people in front of the cameras need to pipe down and just look, it's just a job. You're a presenter, yippee-doo-dah, and you're in front of the camera. You might be famous, whippity-dee dum-dum. Nobody gives a crap. And just work with them and do the job. You're not important at all. But egos get big, and as we all know, that when people become famous, doors start opening for them and coffee start being given to them, and suddenly there's a car to pick them up and it's really nice, and there's a you know, a man in a suit or a woman in a suit who's driving them to some nice place where they're treated special and they're invited to champagne this and wine dues that and free meals here and this is all paid for. This is what happens when you become a celebrity. You start getting a warped mind. When I used to shoot, I used to get like presenters to carry tripods and stuff, or ask them at least, just so I was kind of like humiliating them into doing it, which is often we would joke about it. Like, I don't carry tripods. Yes, you do. Pick it up. Because it was important that none of us felt we were better than the other people. And we need to instill more of that. And I think it's kind of happening slowly. This story certainly seems to be an indication of that. Two Rivers Media is the production company who started making Escape to the Chateau. What happened was the show Escape to the Chateau, it split off because I think there was an Dick and, I want to say Dom. What's his name? Dick and Angel, her name. They got I don't know the facts around this. I can't be bothered to check, but I seem to remember being told that they had the rights to the title, the name of the show, so they continued making it with their own production company. They set up a production company because they know how to make telly now, and they decided they were going to make more money on the show than what they were getting paid. So they then did a spin-off show called Chateau DIY. And I made Chateau DIY. I was on Chateau DIY, and I can't even remember what channel it was on. I was so not caring about anything to do beyond what I was filming and the stories I was gathering. But stop talking about me. Stop talking about yourself, Craig. Two Rivers Media, the company that produced the Escape to the Chateau franchise, raised concerns about the Strawbridges, the precise nature of the allegations between Two Rivers and Dick and Angel's Chateau TV. For various reasons, it all came to a head, and a source familiar with the situation, so sources are speaking and insiders have said, the Two Rivers decision prompted Channel 4 to launch an investigation. The investigator interviewed producers and crew who have worked with the Strawbridges as they renovated their 19th century Chateau de la Motte-Husson. Just spat everywhere. In Martigues-sur-Miana, France. I love France. Her findings, which have not been disclosed to some of those interviewed, have resulted in Channel 4 ending its relationship with the Strawberries. Oh, boo-hoo. Oh. So well done, Channel 4. Get rid of people who are toxic. I don't like using that word, but that's perfect. I don't know them. Actually, I don't know if they are toxic. I don't know anything about this because nobody's telling anybody what are you actually talking about. You know, they say, no, nothing. Everything was fine. We're just like going our separate ways. No, what happened? Oh, no, it's fine. Well, everything was fine. It was fine. You know, all these legal cases pending, I'm sure. The Strawbridges did not respond either. They were in a huff. They're in the tower of their chateau and huffing it up. The representative for the couple, they have a representative, has previously refuted allegations. No, there was no improper behaviour there. They're complete saints, these two people who live in a chateau in France and own the production company that makes the show. Absolute saints. There's nothing improper happening there. Two Rivers said, we can confirm that we will no longer work with the Strawbridges. The breakdown coincides with the 9th final season, a number of spin-off series, blah, blah, all filler. The behind-the-scenes source said they were clash with producers. They don't suffer fools. Why are Channel 4 employing fools? So maybe it is the crew's fault. People will try to remote manage them from the UK. That doesn't work. Our people come into their house and boss them around. That doesn't work either. Right, okay. Points of tension included filming additional shots when the Strawbridges were in the thick of renovation. Right. Oh, see, that's a classic. It's like, oh, do you really need to film that? The thing is that when you shoot stuff, well, sometimes it can be that the person filming it, the producer director, just isn't experienced enough to, or I got the confidence enough to know, all right, I've shot that. I don't need to shoot it from a different angle. I used to do a lot of that. I would never overshoot. So I get my close up, I get my mid shot, I get my sound bite, I do my wide shot, I would do any walk-ins and outs, and I'd make sure I'm listening for my 3 or 4 sound bites from the film in the process, and then I'd stop filming. Where some people just be so nervous about, I mustn't miss out, I mustn't miss this, I must shoot it from 10 different angles. I don't know. That does happen too, to be fair. But, if that's frustrating, then, just get on with it. It's your job to just get on with it. There are harder jobs to do in the world. And also there's the argument, isn't there? Like, people need to man up and stop, so you're getting talked tough to every now and then by somebody. So what? Get man up. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that. It just doesn't, there's no excuse for being impolite. You bunch of gits, right? I have them swearing at people, another source says. Producers turn them into this perfect, brilliant, funny people. That's the camera. Yeah, I'm kind of getting a little bit of smacks of, are people being a little bit too soft here? I don't know. I wouldn't put up with anyone swearing at me or calling me a name. And it says here in 2021, Times London reported on recordings of the couple allegedly being abused by production crew. The couple being abused by production crew. In one recording, Angel claimed to have been branded an F word, C word, after he complained about his treatment. Angel claimed, is Angel a man then? Oh, I see. Oh, the producer complained. Well, yeah, well, it sounds like it's all very nasty. I won't get into that, but there you go. So, what do you think of the show? What do you think of the series? I think it's just, it's one of these shows that just gets done to death. And I used to make a lot of this kind of like stare at the fire television. And I just don't do it anymore. I'm not interested. It's kind of, it's always interesting meeting people and getting their stories. That's the bit I love. I couldn't care less. I don't watch TV. I don't have a TV license. So they can do what they want with it once they have the footage, the rushes. I don't really care. As long as I know I've done a good job and I've done what I've been asked to do by production. Anyway, that's that. I hope that this resolves itself, but something makes me think that there may well be a bunch of court cases coming soon.